believe every student has individual learning disabilities. Therefore, one of the Malaysia education policy is to integrate mainstream students and special needs students. One of the goals of a comprehensive education is inclusion of all students of a particular age or grade level in the same classroom. In other cases, special needs students are better served in a more focused setting.
As in Malaysia, services to children with disabilities are the responsibility of three ministries. First is Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, and Ministry of Education.
Talking about special needs education, you might be wondering how government runs special needs education and also how private sector runs special needs education in terms of facilities, in terms of the fees and whatnot. So we might also wondering about how Malaysia handle special needs education and also how other countries handle this type of education. So that's.
When comparing special education school in government sector and private sector, there are a few aspects that we must look into. First one is system. Government schools consist of three different types of special needs school, which are Sekolah Pendidikan Khas, Program Inklusif, and Program Pendidikan Khas Integrasi. For private schools, they use international system. Special needs students in government school will follow the syllabus of national curriculum, while private schools use international syllabus. In terms of fee, government schools provide free education, while for private schools, it usually costs about 1,000 to 2,500 per month. However, the facilities in government schools are basic and outdated, while in private schools are more advanced. Lastly, government schools use general approach in handling the special needs children, while for private schools, they use a more comprehensive approach. In Finland, the objective of special needs education is to help and support pupils in such a way as to give them equal opportunities to complete compulsory schooling in accordance with their abilities and alongside their peers. The first alternative for providing special needs education is to include pupils with special education needs in mainstream classes and, when necessary, provide special needs education in small teaching groups. Students may receive part-time special needs education by a special needs education teacher if they have minor difficulties in learning or adjustment. The student may have an individual learning plan if required, and the plan includes a plan on arranging education, whether it is integrated or partly integrated. Consequently, pupil assessment will be based on the criteria of the general syllabus or an individual education plan. Second alternative is to teach special needs children in a special group, class or school. The reason for the transfer is because of one or more learning disabilities, handicap, illness, delayed development, emotional disorder or other comparable reasons. Each pupil admitted or transferred to special education is to be provided with an individual education plan, which is based on the curriculum and enables individualization of the general syllabus.
The cost to buy the facilities of special needs education is quite expensive. So the center needs a huge amount of money to afford their expenses.
There are some methods on how the disability center can make their own profit. Firstly, they can do the fundraising by organizing autism run and carnival. For example, the National Autism Society of Malaysia, NASOM, had organized a charity run in order to avoid the expenses. Furthermore, the center also can look for sponsorship and exchange the benefit from the company, like display their company logo or name on the poster. Then, this is the best way to collect profit, which is conducting seminars on how to educate a disability child or use their creativity to get money. NASOM had also self-printed t-shirts designed by their students to raise their income, and it runs well. Lastly, by increasing the fees can actually help the center to collect more money. Many disability schools had raised up their fees because of the difficulties to teach disability students, and also the facilities of teaching are quite expensive.
Special needs school is a very uniquely difficult industry. For a normal teacher in a normal school is already a headache. Imagine this kind of industry dealing with various disability students whereby beyond your expectation. Sometimes they can be so moody and sometimes they can be superly hyperactive. It is true that this kind of industry dealing with multiplies job difficulty, whereby the teacher must suit the lesson and syllabus to the ability of disabled learner.
First is individualized education plan. It is a compulsory paperwork to list down the students' disabilities, goals, accommodations, and testing specifications. For every IEP meeting, information must be gathered from the students' classwork. Every grading period must gather information about the students' goals and update to see their mastery performance. Second is scope of the program. Education for children and youth with exceptionalities requires the well-planned and purposeful coordinations of many disciplines. Special education is a cross-disciplinary, problem-oriented field of services which is directed toward mobilizing and improving a variety of resources to meet the educational needs of children and youth with exceptionalities. Third is professional isolation. Special education teachers often work with smaller groups and may focus on skills rather than content. Besides, disabled children may have behavioral issues. They may also exhibit problems like a short attention span or an inability to understand what is being taught. Special education teachers have to learn how to deal with these problems as well as how to take appropriate disciplinary measures. Last but not least, committed to the educational environment. Children with exceptionalities need environmental stability, emotional nurturance, and social acceptance. Decisions about the delivery of special education to these special needs students should be made after careful consideration of their home, school, and community relationships, their personal preferences, and effects on self-concept.
Special needs children in the past has faced many challenges. However, with the IT revolution, now they find themselves as equal as the others. Technology gives them the chance to be independent and to excel in academic performance and sports. This is called assistive technology. What is assistive technology? It simply means the devices and services that help individuals with special needs.
It is no doubt that technology has brought great things to children's life, but there are several negative impacts that may give serious consequences into their life. For example, relationships and social skills issues, misuse of mobile devices, health issues, daily life routine, and etc.